but thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud down, yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout down, yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́. Hello there. Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun live. Oh, Bashe, Ani Mayegun Mawi, Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Oh, si tu shere, wa goni be. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun is back and live. Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcasts, share it, pay your offering by liking the broadcasts. We will start soon. Ani esunraki, Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki, Mayegun ti dé. Ani esunraki.
I know that when he becomes the president of this country, he will turn the economy around for the better. So join me to support this man to turn the fortunes of this country around for the better. Join me and support Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of Nigeria. God bless you. God bless Nigeria.
Epo tún wà àtúrẹ́ polo ń bí bàbá bọ́lá kọ́rí búyà sí fojú yín fọ́ ni ìríkà ráìsì 1 2 1 3 ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ ṣé ti pa ni ọlọ́mọ mẹ́jọ mélòó ló sóyè ilé yín ni bàbá ẹbọ́lẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ o ẹjọ́ ọmọ kékeré ṣe eléyìí pọ̀ ẹtú wàhálẹ̀ Tinubu èmi ló kàn gbèsè yìí pọ̀ o Tinubu.
Thank you so much. I have an update on the Labour Party crisis. And for those asking, I also have here with me Peter Obi's press conference where he shared the details of his campaign and campaign fund. Just maybe after this. The Abobakus, the crumb eaters, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, ass lickers, and the rest of them.
the bad starts, especially. They can ask Kolu to also give account of his own presidential worldview. It will be interesting, won't it? And Atifku. Motide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. And I've got loads and loads of updates for us tonight. And hopefully we'll have enough time to take calls too. So I'm going to start with the news coming from the As Old Rock, the old people's home, where Kolu met with the 36 state governors concerning the hardship that Nigerians are now facing that seems to be, is already like gathering a storm that could likely take the entire illegitimate regime of Tinubu down. So to save their head, like Bokwari also did at the time, Tinubu called the meeting of state governors to find a way around how to reduce the level of hardship and poverty. According to them, they said that since the removal of fuel subsidy, the states have been collecting huge amount of allocations every month. They've been collecting nearly double what they used to collect before the removal. This was supposed to have sort of reflect in the entire place, but it never did. Pensioners are unpaid, even salaries are unpaid, right? And they said Kolu was now telling them that they should please use the money for you. Also, that the issue of hunger everywhere, that the states should invest in agriculture. They are begging themselves now, right? Please invest in agriculture. And on the issue of insecurity that has affected food production in Nigeria, Kolu was said to have told the state governors that he would now work with the National Assembly in making law that is going to allow states to create state police instead of all these ISBA, Amotekun, and all these ones, around. This was from their meeting, in case if you don't know. All of these are just faboos that will never happen, okay? But we'll let you know why it will never happen, okay? And why the hardship that they said they wanted to curb, just like any other meeting like that time of a Bokwari, is the same, but don't rush. So they said from the meeting, Tinubu agreed that the states can harm their own forest rangers. Now, that underline that words, okay? Forest rangers. Okay, that means even if you don't have forest rangers in your state, by chance, by law, you are supposed to have one. And according to Kolu, said they should be armed. In fact, you know what? Let the guy who speak for him, let him say it. Then I will take it on from there. Okay? So this is from their villa, right? That Kolu has taken a position on how he believe they were going to reduce your hardship. So listen to this, then I will speak after.
Very short press briefing to tell you the outcome of the meeting that has just been rounded up between the president and the 36 state governors. Recall that this meeting was called at the instance of Mr. President to intimate the state governors about what is happening, what the federal government is doing, and to also hear from the state governors their input about issues of development in this country. A lot of issues were discussed, about the security situation in the country, the apparent food issue that the media has also been reporting about, and some other measures that will help in improving the state of our nation. Now, the first point is that a committee, the governors and Mr. President have agreed to set up a committee to deepen the conversation that has happened at the just concluded meeting. Of course, you know that it is impossible to complete most of the issues that were raised at the meeting, so it's going to be a continuous one. Secondly, Mr. President and the governors have agreed that these kind of meetings will continue in the interest of our nation. It is important that all the time the federal government and the state governors, who are leaders at the sub-national level, to continue to engage and interact collectively so that issues of national importance will continue to be addressed and we don't leave room for any speculation or for people who may seize the opportunity to say things that are not in the interest of our country. First, the National Security Advisor, the Director General of the State Services, the Inspector General of Police have been directed to coordinate with the state governors to look at the issue of those holding commodities. At this point that the nation requires food to be brought out to the people so that we can control prices and put food on the table of most Nigerians, other commodity traders are busy holding these commodities so that Nigerians will suffer or they will make more money as a result. So the governors and Mr. President have taken this decision that security agencies will cooperate or collaborate with the state governors to ensure that this ends. Number two, a decision has also been taken that in the interest of our country, there will be no need for food importation at this point. Nigeria has the potential to feed itself and even be a next exporter of food items to other countries. And we do not also want to reverse some of the progress we have seen in terms of food production in this country. What we are seeing now is just a temporary difficulty that will soon go away. Therefore, the solution to it is by continuous investment in agriculture so that food can be made available to all Nigerians. Of course, you know that Mr. President has declared emergency in agriculture many months ago.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Do you know why it's? I understand a lot of you who also understood these guys was much irritated listening to him. Okay? Now, consider that as the summary of the supposed meetings with governors. And please, be honest to yourselves, okay? Could you pick up any kind of a motivation, something that tells you that, yes, action is now being taken, it's going to now happen from that statement? Anyway, they said that the closed borders will remain closed, even though you know there is no closed borders for the ones they have given license to bring the same thing into the country. But here is something you should know. For those, the reason why you should never forgive all those older people that told you Bokwari was coming to change Nigeria in 2015, even if you are so gullible that you believed them, now that you know better, you should never forgive them. During Bokwari's time, they told, they told Bokwari that he should close border so that he will be able to fight smugglers. They said smugglers, those who are smuggling things into Nigeria, they were the ones who were making things difficult and expensive. This was 1984-85, yo. They blamed the economic ruins after, making some ridiculous economic policies that backfired and then it destroyed the economy. When they were looking for who to blame, they were blaming smugglers. So, to end smuggling, shut the border, and anybody that is seen with a bag of rice must have smuggled it, say is a criminal. You see, when they were shooting people all over Ogun State or your state, custom, it was a replay of 1984-85. Yeah. So to them, to stop price of food from increasing, it is not to invest in local production. It is to go after suspected businesses and people they have kind of, and accuse them of corruption, destroy all of it. So when all of that policy started coming back, backfiring, they were looking for who to blame. They blamed smugglers. When Babangida came in, and he also started his own SAPU, structural adjustment program, austerity. When the whole corruption, the looting, the foolish economic policy started backfiring, you know who they blamed? They blamed farmers. They said the reason why food prices were growing in Nigeria then was because Nigerian farmers prefer to export their food instead of selling them to Nigerians. Not that Nigerians have been economically incapacitated, that they couldn't afford food. They blamed farmers. And what was the solution? Shut the border. Stop your exportation of Nigerian food until Nigeria can feed herself. Nigeria never fed herself until they started opening the borders for their friends, giving their friends importation licenses to flood the market with this and that. Those their friends were also given subsidized exchange rate on dollars at the time, and they became billionaires running the economy and all of that. You know what I mean? Abacha came, brought his own guys, same economic ruins. They too, they were going after, that's how it was. Just target some people. Oh, it was some people who are giving Nigeria a bad name. That it's not because Abacha was killing people that ever opposed him or jailing them. It was because all of you are saying bad things about Nigeria. That's why Nigeria has been sanctioned. So they used to have people to blame. Do you understand? So in this case of Tinubu, around the time of Bokwari, they now rationed almost basic commodities, sugar, salt, soap. They rationed them to the point that there is only a certain amount you can buy. According to them, that's how to control the price. People who had their goods, they went into the market. They started destroying them because they were selling at expensive rates. All of these are the jackboots. I'll be waiting to call them. Fire brigade approach to where you have economic illiterates, but those who are only experts in stealing and looting without thinking of the consequences. When they look for who to blame, they look for you and they blame you. Many of you have never touched dollar in the last 1 year. You have never touched it like this. But you see these widows that are collecting extra codes, thousands of dollars, millions of dollars a year for going abroad on vacation, going abroad on all sponsored. These guys are blaming you that it is because all of you too like dollars. When was the last time you touched dollar? When was the last time you watching me from Nigeria? But they blame you without telling you that it was because they have opened the floodgate of looting. Anytime Forex enter Nigeria, dollar, pounds, or anything, now to steal them. Immediately, they last. They say IMF gave them $4.5 billion loan in the last 8 years, Baba. The money don't go. They no get account for it. Can you even believe that? Now, the same people will turn around and blame you. You too depend on dollar. We must all learn. We must all try to stop depending on dollar. And we lori bruku dede. So, to Tinubu and co, the reasons why the people are hungry in Nigeria is because some people are hoarding the food. Because they wanted to sell them. It's not because Nigerian farmers from north to south, from east to west, have been attacked by armed terrorists that have been covered and protected by the state for so long, with so much blood spilled. Not because of that. And that's why I said, whatever they say to you, it is all bollock. Nonsense. Nothing is changing except your shege raising to power. God knows. That's the only thing changing. So if you think there are some enemy who wish Nigeria bad and you are praying for them, for God to punish them, and you are also praying for these rogues, you have no idea that you are praying for the people, the real enemies of Nigeria. I remember when Boko Haram, now they are going everywhere now to say, Nigerians are very heartless. Haba, this thing that you bought yesterday, I bought it 1,000 naira yesterday. It is now 2,000 kilo day. Why naira walara? Why are we kiniko? Listen to me. They said that election will never unite you. Sufferings will never unite you because you are all divided along ethnic, tribal, religious, and other God knows lines that you have been, they have built fences around you. But if Tinubu's criminal, Tinubu's a criminal government, they do know that there's something that is likely to unite you. It is hunger. You don't understand. Everyone feel hungry same way. The threats of hunger will unite you. You will no longer ask anybody to come and lead you to protest. I swear to God. You will carry placard. If you are watching me from Nigeria right now, would you be dada? Look at me very well. Whether you are APC or PD. I mean, who says, somebody says something. Okay, I think it was David Undenyi, who said, I think it was around the March, I think it was around March or April 2023. But it doesn't matter anyway. It was before the swearing in of a call. And you know what he said? David said by December, if they swear in Tinubu, by December 2023, majority of those who are shouting Emilokon, those of you who are attacking the obedient left, right, and center, including those of you who continue to tell yourself that Obi will never be your president, by December 2023, majority of you would have turned to obedient without knowing. Is that not happening now? Chekotin Shele. Nobody is going to lead you to protest. Okay. You still have money to subscribe, Abi, to come and defend APC, Tinubu on social media. Don't worry. By the time you sell that phone, to now use the money to feed yourself for maybe 4 or 5 days. For example, if you are the type that really like swallow. By the time your own shege hits you, gidi gone, wawa ta phone ye, wa lo fi jeyan, to ba wa jeton, owo to ba ku, you will buy yourself a placard and pen. you will move on to the streets. Oh, phone, wa fi jẹyàn.
Èwo nù yín tó kọyọ́ kékeré tó pè ní 200 naira. Bọ́dà mọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ kò lè tẹ̀yìn wọ ọmọ nídìí rẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀ yìí. Ìyàn 200 naira. Ìlà yóò kúkú le tó yìí. Swallow 200 naira.
Do you understand? When the shaggy get to the point that your money can only buy you to swallow, no meat, you will not ask Mayegun to come back and lead. Why don't you come back here? Why don't you bring your you will lead, including your children. But now gradual. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so they say now from hand, dance they start. You get them? You see all this shaggy, as it is increasing in tempo, you will forget that you even supported Tinubu. You will go naked on the streets when he hits you, and they will send me the video. I will see the video, and I will use you to educate others like you that their own is also on the way. Oh, if they are waiting for Tinubu to turn it around, he's going to turn around soon. God will shame you, Baba. They will send me your video to buy affected, to buy hit. O ma gbe placard o repere ni mo nse ni. So they are now they are asking governors to go and invest in agriculture. They are asking governors to go and invest in youth. We need to find something for this youth, though. We need to do something for them. Oh. Sure, you get, it's becoming too much now. And we don't want all our enemies to use them. Sure, you get, let's find something for them. But do you want me to tell you the truth? If you understand this criminal very well, their only solution to lift you out of poverty is to offer you money. The valueless money. You understand? It is not to really have you or get you gainfully employed. They have no idea of how to create any wealth. Now, if you think I dey lie, Abi, don't worry. Omatota phone, yeah. Sure. Omatota. Ask others. Now, here is something that you must know. The governors are not going to give pensioners money. They are not going to give you, the youth, real job. They are not going to invest in any agriculture per se. Here you get. And not that they actually have the confidence to go back and say, oh yeah, let us go and invest in the forest rangers to protect the farmers. They won't. You see all of this show off and all that. Tomorrow, they will forget that they told you something, the similar thing, maybe 5 months, 6 months ago. They will come back again and say, we have just met, I just met with Kiniko. We just have this meeting now. In that meeting, it has been given. Tinubu has given them the final. Tinubu has given them, order them. They are now asking DSS to begin to open people's stores. Even if you have no real patronage and your shops have all your goods displayed, then you have your warehouse elsewhere where you store your stuff. Very soon they break into people's warehouses, accusing them of stockpiling food, stockpiling this. Baba, have you not seen all those stores? Especially if you are from this part of Onitsha, Aba, Kano, Lagos, all those big cities where you see people, big businesses with their shops. You will see their shops here. Abi, no matter how big it is, they have their warehouses where they stockpile times 10 of what they display in their main shops. These criminals are going to begin to break into those places now. While you are complaining that no customer, you are waiting in your shops, no customer, they will tell you, DSS has broken into your store, in your storage warehouse. You have been accused of stockpiling food. All of these are going to backfire eventually, and it's going to dip everybody more into the abyss of poverty. But they don't care now. It's called knee-jerk approach. Let them see us doing something. They have started telling, they've told all their banks, few days ago, it's not even months ago, few days ago, they came out and denied that they were going to convert your domiciliary account with dollars. They were going to convert them to Naira. They denied that just last week. They denied it. The Central Bank of Nigeria issued a statement, official statement, denying that. Guess what? Before the end of that same last week, they have already ordered all of the money transfer platforms operating in Nigeria. If anybody send any money, pound sterling or dollars, so pay them in Naira. If anybody has money in their domiciliary accounts, they can no longer pay them in dollars anymore. Pay them in Naira. Remember they denied it too, and I told you, some of you now know better, Abi. Good. Now also, you know when you want to leave Nigeria, maybe for the first time, you need to display your cash. And it is called basic travel allowance. For years, years, that has been the tradition. After you get your ticket, everything, you have to travel with basic travel allowance. Now that has this issue of them scampering and, you know, for dollars, anywhere they can see dollars to mop up together so that they can use these mop up dollars. And one of these days they will say, pound sterling from 2,200 Naira, it has now crashed to 1,500 Naira. Hey, it's working. The economy idea is working. Jesus is working. God, continue. Naira, continue. Then when they finish that dollar, they mop together. People that they expect to be sending those dollars, they will be collecting in those collection points and hand Naira to people in Nigeria. Those people will begin to devise other means. People like me, you are not going to collect my pound sterling. It's not coming into their hands. Never. So that's why I feel sorry for some of you who are still using apps. You get that? All these money transfer apps to Nigeria. Western Union, MoneyGram, SendWave, and all those to Nigeria right now. If you send any money there, you are giving Tinubu dollars, forex that is dying for. Nigeria crude oil can no longer give them enough dollars. They don't even know how much, Nigeria don't even know how much crude oil they are selling anymore. They don't even know how much money is coming to Nigeria anymore. Do you understand? No dollars there anymore. Today, they also announced in this, their desperation for dollars, so because they wanted to try and say they are doing something. The same Naira they met at 155 Naira to $1 8 years ago. The same Naira is now over 1,660 Naira to $1. So they need more dollars. Nigerian foreign reserve is empty. Mama pariwo fun yin, I go to tell you. All of these things are what is coming back. You will buy, you see that Big Daddy, I be waiting, they call that big pack Indomie noodles, Eshima running 10,000 Naira. Yes, would you me dada? Look at me very well. It is called voodoo economy. And all of you are seeing it. You can't really pinpoint and say, in the last 10 months, $1 billion, which is less than 1 trillion, These guys have touched over $8 billion in cash in the last 10 months. $8 billion cash. And we are talking about nearly 10 trillion Naira cash in the last 10 months. All this money, where is the money? Where? You cannot pinpoint and say, okay, in the last 10 months, this is $1 billion investment in your power. This is $1 billion investment in this sector, in that sector. Even in your manufacturing sector. They said they want to give all manufacturers in Nigeria. They want to give them, Tinubu has approved, they said they should give them 300 billion Naira so that they can help some of them who are struggling to stay in business. Guess what? The people that will collect the money, they will become the companies of the senators, companies of advisors, companies of ministers. They will be the one to collect the money. The real manufacturing sector in Nigeria, now here they go take care of. They cannot subsidize petrol, but they can subsidize going to Mecca. Have you heard that? 24 billion Naira to subsidize going to Mecca. People wey fit afford 5 million Naira to say they want to go to Hajj. And people that cannot afford 500 Naira say they want to feed. You cannot subsidize those ones. You will subsidize those who can afford 5 million, 10 million Naira to go to Hajj. And this pillar of Islam, going to Hajj as one of the 5 pillars of Islam, they said you should go to Hajj if you can financially afford it. In Nigeria, they are subsidizing them. so that those sons can go to Mecca and go and pray for electricity in Nigeria. They can go to Mecca and pray for security, pray for good government, pray for good this and good that. And you know what I mean? Edele Yawere. Ele Yawere. Eh? All right. So, they haven't made any investment in those areas. Everything they have been telling you is that they are working this, we are doing that, he's working hard. And you, foolishly, you believe that. Whether openly or secretly, you do believe that. Owalaye oshie. Baba, iwo fun re lora ticket àwọn ayé ń ṣe mí. Owalora series here. 8 years le ma fi sunkún yẹn. 8 years gbáko. Ẹ ma be ko. Somebody said that iku de. Surely level, with the level the whole thing is still going, eh? Some people go beg death. Hey, better me person even die. Say, oh, they need lost anywhere. Nobody they go anywhere. If you try anything to commit any suicide, you no go work. Drink poison, no go work. Try to japa, they go deny you the visa. You go stay there. And you shall enjoy and reap the fruit of your labor. These are liars. I have told you yesterday. I told you same day before yesterday. I have been telling you this almost every day. And you still don't believe me. You believe them. Right? Now, I'll go to the part where the man they said will never be their president because it did not convince them. It did not convince me. Peter Obi is this or that. You know, for those of us who they keep document of your charade, you. But the man, Mr. Tim Shipu, this one convinced them. And the Shege is here today. And you are now asking others, what's waiting to Peter Obi will do? Oh, the Lord shake fun. Now, some of you are no longer calling people Omali anymore. Hunger na your mate. Ebi wa jẹ́ nǹkan téèyàn fi ebi malakpe. Tebi ba mu ẹ lóòótọ́. If hunger catch you for real. You go to see vision. I'm a read the kuri ni to I'm a wò pé Ọlọ́run ṣé kò ti dé báyìí. Ikú ti dé ni because you once believed that a man that could not even Ọlọ́run that could not describe himself convinced you. He built Lagos. Time to build Nigeria. Cement don't cost. Abi cement don't finish. Gravel no the water don't dry. Olo ṣépè fún ẹ. This man convinced you. Olaye Oshie.
At the moment running with regards to your identity, with regards to your age. So I wonder if you could provide some clarity on the issues of your identity and age, and also let us know when we can engage with you one-on-one in an interview, hear from you directly as the office holder. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. It's inquisitive. But at the time of birth, I was dated March 29, 1952, and the family record. I didn't think then, that day, I've determined to be.
Now the way that convinced you be that. Opolo is so intelligent. It's so intelligent. That they had to pass him a note on about his date of birth. And according to him, when they gave birth to him, that day that they gave birth to him, as a little baby, as a minute or 2 minutes old baby, he didn't think then that he was going to be president or he was going to be contesting to be president. That's what he said, though. And they clapped. I hope you are still clapping. while this one was going everywhere. That's why sometimes I just don't know. I don't know what drives people when they think they can save and rescue Nigeria. But again, I am not you and you are not me. So I won't judge you, okay? Peter Obi was a multimillionaire as early as in the 90s, so like 92, 93, 94, 95. Oh. This guy was like already a multimillionaire, a banker, investment banker here in the UK. Then he said he went home and he met one of these Igbo leaders. And he was told to, well, people like you are the people we want to come and be governor, to come and be this or that. That was how he got invited. This guy got hated. Like, he's not a saint, oh. Don't get me wrong, oh. I'm not a saint, okay? You are not. It's not a competition of being saint and all that, okay? But for those who understand Nigeria very well, when they put Tinubu, Atiku, and Obi, and you automatically have a problem with that Obi because people said it's not corrupt. And you are wondering, how can they say it's not? How can they say it's not? It's better than this or that? Because you are so desperate of something that will justify whatever other, what do you call it, prejudice you have to defend your Tinubu or your Atiku. You went for him all out. And I'm like, man, if I'm a millionaire today, I bet Yahweh, I will come say how they call Nigeria. I want to come and be governor. Shit. Then they count my money, my pound sterling in millions. So I will come say I won't come big, I won't come rescue my people. I've been kosher. Which people? So do I have to be governor to help them? That's why I said what drives us is different. And I kind of respect that. But this guy who has seen money, he went to Nigeria, where everybody make a kill for themselves, right? He didn't. But he was hated for that. He will never be president. He said, people who were parading Muslim tickets, they were confidently calling him a religious bigot. That was height of the hypocrisy at the time. I'll show you something. Person we no jargon, we no jack, right? Convinced, supposed educated wearies who are today, they are now asking stupid questions on social media. And what is going on, Ashiwaju? Ashiwaju, that we know is not like this. Ashiwaju, you need to do something. This is no longer normal. Normal. Emma abnormal. I mean, you brought this upon the people, Abi. That doesn't mean that you are going to change. I'm not kind of thinking you are changing. But somebody where they shout agriculture, 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 and it was clear.
The greatest asset of Nigeria today is the vast uncultivated land in the north. If you put that land into production, it will make a difference. The future of Nigeria lies in the north. In all of the north, there's one plan in which we can use to produce food for Nigeria and for export. When we have all the land that is uncultivated in the north, all I was passing in vast land that can create a future. There are kilometers of land. Niger State, they can feed themselves. And when you talk about the vast land in the north, Niger State is 76.3 square kilometers of land. Just Niger State here. That state cannot feed itself. That state can produce all the rice and everything that we need. 76.3 thousand square kilometers. They can't feed themselves. So forget oil. For me, I'm not going to focus on oil. I'm going to focus on how do we get this vast land cultivated. We're going to put power, money in hands of the young people. We have energetic, talented youth that can change the world. But nobody has supported them. Nobody has cared about them. Instead, they are being called us of names and everything. They tell you, oh, they are doing some one kind of criminality or the other. That brain and energy they are using to do all those things, if you reverse it, they use it for something positive. Bank of Agriculture, Bank of Industry, and Bank of Infrastructure. What are we going to do? I financed one of the biggest rice farmer in this country, Unza in Kano. taxing, as the banker financing, is there. You can go there and say, so I'll call all the bank. All the bank will be shareholders in Bank of Agriculture. Federal government will put their money, all the states will put their money, you will be number one bank in Nigeria and will lend money.
Somebody said, Eno Dunro for. I hope you that said Eno Dunro for, you are not in Nigeria. And if you are in Nigeria, even if you are a Yoruba nation supporter or a Biafran supporter, okay, you have no idea what is going to hit you. You see this mess? Have you noticed that the mess is not discriminating? The people that will end up in Biafra, the people that will end up in Nigeria, in Yoruba nation, they are the people that these criminals are killing slowly. They are the people that these people are demoralizing slowly. And you can sit down there and say, no dunro for. Here you get, because they are all the same. One of the consolatory, useless statements that some of you actually make, right? God help you. Anyway, everybody is in it now. There is no pretense. You get, people have just found a way of going about it and all that, right? So, if on my own side, kidnapping everywhere and all that, nobody is indeed will confidently say all this madness going on in Nigeria, I am spared, even if you are living abroad. But you can live in that denial, tell yourself that, give yourself some fancy things that tells you, no, you are spared. Oh, we are protected. We are safer than the rest of them. All of you are suffering it and all of that. Keep saying that to yourself. All right? But when you are by yourself,